Shalom, Call Allah Yahweh Shai, double honor to the apostles and elders of the great millstone who rule well, and salutation to all the brothers on the four corners of the earth, pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. This is Ira from Great Millstone, Wisconsin. And I had a couple of articles I wanted to share with you brothers that showed up on my news feed on RT. And basically, you know, the whole world is starting to see now what we've already been seeing, what we've already been speaking about and prophesying about. But now the nations are starting to see it. The Lord is starting to wake them up to see that America is on a steady decline, and America has nothing good to contribute to the world, man. America is not in the world's best interests. And I got both these articles sent to me at the same time, which I thought, which was the spirit of Yahweh Shai. And basically, these articles are just showing that the nations are starting to wake up to America, man. Well, they have woken up to America. They've even gone so far to call America Satan, and that America, shouldn't be trusted. And now everybody's starting to look up America's skirts, man, and see the nakedness and the shame and the wickedness of the society, you know. But without further ado, I'm gonna get right into these articles. They're both from RT.com. This first one is headlined, "We Shouldn't Look Up to the U.S. Philosopher Michael Onfray to RT on France's foreign policy," which this is dated today, June 3rd. And, basically, the title says it all. We shouldn't look up to the U.S. The article reads, French philosopher and writer Michael Onfray has lamented the absence of an independent foreign policy in Paris, including that on Arab world countries. In an interview with RT France, he says the Elysee Palace, or the Elysee Palace, is merely following the U.S.'s instructions on global issues. So, basically, like the article just said, France is taking its cues from America, which is most of the world. And they're starting to see that America's policies and America's way of doing things aren't what's expedient for all nations, man. They're reckless. They endanger the people, things like that. Now, I'm not gonna read the whole article, but I'm gonna read certain quotes that that this philosopher, this guy is saying, because he drives some points home. It says, we call Obama and ask him, what are you planning to do? What is your agenda? The U.S. say, we are planning to do this and that, and we say, yes, sir. But but we should come up with our own policy line and stop looking to the U.S. Onfray told RT. Why? Because RT isn't bringing. I mean, Slakia, the United States isn't bringing in results, man. They're doing is destroying and destroying. Onfray is known for his outspoken views and books, including those promoting atheism and anarchism. However, he has also been a long-time critic of the Western interventions in the Middle East, pointing to the chaos they have caused. So, even the modern day philosophers know that all that America brings is chaos and death, man. It says, Onfray and France has been behind. No, Onfray said France has been behind the U.S. since 1991, when it engaged into the Gulf War, thinking it would bring democracy to Iraq. But instead, the coalition forces spread anarchy. Now the world is facing what Onfray called the domino effect, a concept that he says is applicable to many Middle East countries. Once the dictatorship is toppled, there are no democratic elections and anarchy starts instead. We all know, those of us that are in the know, that America takes down dictatorships for a reason. First of all, he places those puppets in the dictatorship in the first place, and then when he takes them down, when America takes them down, it starts nothing but chaos, so they can sweep the old order out and bring in the new order. He also stated controversially that portraying terrorists as barbarians and animals who cut off people's heads is only one side of the coin. Those people are barbarians. Unlike us, the civilized ones, we kill 10 times more, but we don't take photos, and our people don't risk their lives, he added. Basically saying that America is a bunch of cowards, man. They call everybody else barbarians and stupid and savages, but they're the ones that destroy and kill everyone 10 times more. He added, knives are bad, and swords are bad as well, but fighter jets are good? though they can kill as many as 200 people, including women and children. So basically, he's pointing out America's hypocrisy and bullshit, man. You know, there's more in the article, but that's really what I wanted to share in this article. I do have another one, but basically, this man he's pointing out America's bullshit. Like, look, they say that other people are barbarians and terrorists, but they're the ones that's going over, taking other people's countries over, and spreading anarchy and killing 10 times more than the average person with drones and with fighter jets, man. But we're supposed to be victim or what do you call it, villainized or ostracized because we have guns and knives, you know. But America has bombs, man. But hey, the nations have fully awakened to this devil, man. This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad, right? Because they're starting to figure out that wine that America's been giving them is nothing but watered down. You know, it's doesn't have any doesn't have any resveratrol in it, which is a nutrient that's good for your heart. It's nothing but poison. And they're starting to see that. So now the nations are mad and they're angry. Now they're starting to withdraw from America. Now they're starting to create their own Federal Reserve banks, their own money system. China just became the world's Federal Reserve currency now, and the dollar has been dropped. You know, so America, along with Britain, man, you guys are these countries, these two sinister forces of evil, I like to say, are being shown for what they are, man. And that's how you know that this world is coming to an end. That's how you know, brothers, we're almost out of here, and the Lord is ever closer to delivering us. It says Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed. And that, that Babylon suddenly fallen and destroyed is, talking about their economic system, man. You know, America is going down the drain. CTD. America's money is failing. It's no longer the Federal Reserve currency of the world. The dollar is growing weaker every day. The highways and the roads need repaving. The buildings need rescaling. Everything in America is falling apart. It says take balm for her pain, meaning, for example, you have that trade agreement, the TPP or the TPTP agreement between America and Europe. They said that's supposed to generate somewhere along 130 billion euros or 100 somewhere along that effect. It's supposed to generate a lot of money though for the U.S. and for the EU. Because basically America's trying to take balm for their pain and bear themselves out, man. Now you put ointment, put neosporin on a burn. They're trying to heal themselves. If so, she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her. Basically saying like, man, like we trying to do something for this country. The other nations are over here. They're building their businesses. They're trying to get this TPP agreement going, which is gonna fall through. It's not going to relieve America of any of their debts and their money problems, man. America is finished. So it says, forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country. Meaning they're packing up and they're leaving and going back home, man, because there's no wealth here in America. There's no life here in America. It's all demoralized and animalistic. And the other nations are starting to see that. For her judgment reaches unto heaven and is lifted up even unto the skies. So America has a lot to pay for, man. And these other nations, they know that America is something horrible is going to happen to America, and they don't want to be here when that happens. And speaking of that, the Iranian president, the president that took over for Ahmadinejad, you know, he's following the footsteps of Ahmadinejad, if you ask me, because he came out and actually called America and Britain great Satan. He actually came out and called them Satan, and they should not be trusted. You know, it's from RT.com also, and it's from the same day. Matter of fact, this is from 10:06 a.m. this morning. It says, Great Satan, USA, and evil Britain not to be trusted, Iran's leader. And why is that? Because, like I said, they're waking up. Everybody woke up to America's bullshit. You know, Her skirts have been uncovered, just like the scriptures say, shameful spewing shall be on you in thy kingdom. You know, that shameful spewing is become America. And I'm not gonna read the whole article again. Just want to read a couple of quotes. He said, "We have many small and big enemies, but foremost among them are America and this very evil Britain." Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei said in a televised speech dedicated to the 27th anniversary of the death of Ruhollah Khomeini, who was the first person to hold the highest office in post-revolutionary Iran. So he said this on national TV. He let it be known to his whole country that America and Great Britain are the enemy. The driving force. Well, I can skip this paragraph, but I really want to get into the meat of his quotes and what he actually said on this live TV. He said, according to Khamenei, America has continued its enmity towards Iran since the revolution. It is a huge mistake to trust evil Britain and the great Satan. So he called America the great Satan and he called Britain evil. He added, referring to the U.S. by a nickname often used by Iranian officials in anti-American speeches. So this is a name widely used for America, man, great Satan. Because everybody knows that America and the white man is Satan. Everybody. They catch out the bag. You know, you might as well just come on out and fly straight. And any individual or current which is working for Islam, if they trust America, they will be slapped in the face. And he's right. And that's America's history. That's what America's been doing to every country, every province, and every nation under the sun since the Revolutionary War, man. Yeah, since the Revolutionary War, since before the Revolutionary War, honestly. It says the Iranian leader said Iran would not cooperate with the U.S. in regional affairs because their aims in the region are 180 degrees opposed to Iran, and the other countries are starting to figure out that America's views and their aims, and are totally opposite of everyone else as well, man. It says Iran and the U.S. have a common enemy in the region, the terrorist group Islamic State, ISIS, which everyone knows by now it's a U.S. CIA operation. The U.S. is leading an effort to eradicate ISIS power base in Iraq and Syria. Tehran provides commanders for militias fighting against ISIS in Iraq and Syria and is a major ally in the Syrian government. The U.S., on the other hand, said it wants the Syrian government ousted and had been supporting armed groups in Syria, which Washington deems moderate. So basically, when you read the rest of the article, it tells you that Saudi Arabia, Turkey, United States are working, is cooperating with ISIS, and he said it indirectly that America created ISIS. So going into this Nahum chapter 3, that America's witchcrafts are being cut off, man, and America's on its way out, and everybody's starting to wake up. This is Nahum chapter 3, verse 1. Woe to the bloody city! It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. And that bloody city is America, and the lies and robbery is evident. From the treaties that they made with Gad on down to the so-called promises that they give the nation of Israel now with the so-called immigration and the food stamps and all of these things that are just a ruse that are leading up to the RFID chip, man. The prey departeth not, and the prey, the ones that they have for the prey are the Israelites, man, and we're still in this country, still held hostage. The noise of the whip and the noise of the rattling wheels and the prancing horses and of the jumping chariots. And that's America's military might. The horseman lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there is a multitude of slain, and a great number of carcasses, and there is none end of their corpses. They stumble upon their corpses. And this is, flipping all the way back to the War of Armageddon, man. And that there's going to be mountains and mountains of corpses, from this war. It says, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcraft, because that's what America has been spewing out since its inception, man, is witchcraft. Making the other nations and making its own people believe lies. Believe things that aren't true, make them see things that aren't there. That selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcrafts. And that's exactly what she does. They make treaties here, they make treaties there, they make promises here, promises there. You know, they get other nations to lie in bed with them to help them forward their own agenda. But the thing is, they don't give anything back to those other nations. They don't give anything back to their people. All they do is take, steal, kill, and destroy. You know, and they create this persona for themselves and try to mask all the dirt that they've done. Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face. And that's exactly what's happening now. That's exactly what these two articles are about. You know, America's skirts have been lifted. The Lord lift up America's skirts so everybody can see America's backside, man. And I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. So everybody's figuring out. Everybody's looking at America in awe, like, man, that used to be America. They used to be the promised land. They used to be the land of the free, the land where you can make a better life for yourself. They're not saying that now. Now they're saying, oh, this is why America's been this driving force. Okay, this is totally unethical. This is not. This is they've been ruling irresponsibly. They've been lying. They've been cheating, stealing. Everything, every wicked act under the sun, they've been doing. You know, it says, "And I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock." Everyone's gonna look in awe, man. And it shall come to pass that all they that look upon thee shall flee from thee, and say, Nineveh is laid waste. Who will bemoan her? Whence shall I seek comforters for thee? So they're gonna say, "Damn." Basically, when something really awe-striking happens, and you're like, "Damn, like really?" That's how they're looking at America now, man. Like, wow, like that's really what's going on. That's really what they're about. Damn, like man, we can't wait for the day for America to somebody put America in its place. You know. So now they're starting to want the same thing that Israel has wanted for so long. That the Most High has been waiting. The moment that the Most High has been waiting to execute, the other nations are actually looking forward to it now. You know. So there's absolutely no way this wicked sinful kingdom can continue. It's on its way out. And I don't mean on its way out lightly. America's about to be put out. You know, death to America, Mawaf Laba Ball. And with that, I want to say, call halal Yahweh Shem Shai, Shalom, and peace and double honors to the apostle and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and salutations to all the brothers on the four corners of the earth, pushing the word in truth and in sincerity. Keep pushing, brothers, because we're almost out of here, and America is finished. Shalom.